Warning, this is a family-friendly radio. Children of all ages are welcome to participate.
This is my grandpa's geocaching talk show. And now for our latest news.
Hey geocachers, check it out. Cacheface.com is back by popular demand. Cacheface is a dedicated social network for geocachers to connect and share in their caching passion globally and in real time. Cacheface complements the existing geocaching networks and forums around the world and allows people to connect with these networks and forums that are quite limited to their own areas, locations, to come together in a global space and hang out, connect, share, and even make new friends along the way, all from one central place. That's www.cacheface.com. See you there. Hello geocachers, this is Hikerjamz
and Crazycritter1966.
And here we are once again with episode 35 of AfterCache.com. Okay. I think you missed part of that, didn't you?
What did I miss?
The one I put in the intro.
I guess I did.
Okay. Well, you can listen to it later and hear it all.
Okay.
All right. And coming to you from...
Wet, Naples, Florida?
Wet is almost not the word for it. I see some places are really flooded out. They're using their kayaks to get them down the streets with. And we didn't get that bad here, but it did rain all day. A lot.
And more coming.
Yep, there's more coming. So we're not doing any geocaching this week because it's wet.
Yeah.
Maybe we might get a chance to go in the morning.
We'll try.
Sunday morning. I don't know. Sunday afternoon, maybe.
If it's cool enough.
We will get something done this week so we can talk about it on the show next week. But until then, let's see what we can do for you here. Well, we want to remind everybody still that the Geocaching Block Party 2015, the final episode, they're going to do away with it. And after years of celebrating all the geocaching at headquarters in Seattle, it's time for a change. Join us this August to celebrate 15 years of geocaching at the last Block Party event. Make your will attend now on the Geocaching Block Party 2015 geocache page. And while you're there, make sure to mark your will attend for the 2015 Geocaching International Film Festival too. And don't forget, CITO weekend is April 26th and 25th. I said that backwards. So, April 25th and 26th. So get ready to join thousands of geocachers as they clean up, plant trees, or remove invasive species in local geocaching hotspots. Earn a special digital CITO souvenir for your geocaching profile for attending a CITO event April 25th or 26th. So that's pretty nice. They'll give you one for either day. And I wonder if you get two of them for both days. Nah.
Probably not.
Probably not. Also, in geocaching news, you can go find out how, check out the Geocaching Newbie Tips Pinterest board. We were all there at one time or another, searching through the woods for something, staring at our phones or GPS, still somewhat unsure of what we're doing or if anything was actually there. Now that you know much more about geocaching, it's time to share your tips for new geocachers. We've put together a Pinterest board featuring 10 of the top tips for new geocachers. Share it while the new geocachers you know. Wow, with. Okay. Share it with the new geocachers you know, and then post your favorite new geocacher tip to the geocaching Facebook page. So that gives you something to look at and do at the same time. And let me see, what else have we got here? I had a chance to talk with Paul Pilot Suggs, with the one with the new website, cacheface.com.
Mm-hmm.
And well, I guess I caught him just in time because it was early this morning, and he said he was getting ready to head out and do some geocaching for the weekend. And he done the same thing last weekend because he said he'd been working pretty hard lately, and he's taking whatever day he can get and go geocaching. So if you get a chance, you might stop up there on geocaching.
Cacheface.
Cacheface.com and do a little geocaching on the page and let everybody know who you are, where you're from, what kind of caching you do, anything. It's just a website, for geocachers. And we just played the intro with advertisement of cacheface.com, and it's free, so check it out. And so anyway, Pilot Suggs and a couple of his buddies went out early this morning, which this was Saturday, and went geocaching. I don't know where they find all of them at over there. They must be really have a lot of them.
Could be.
I know they travel sometimes quite a bit trying to get to some, but they spend the whole day out there. So their weather has been around the 40s and 50s out there, as far as I know. I've been too busy enjoying this weather to check out the other weather. Wow, what was it today? 84. It got up to 84 today here. Rain. Oh, it was rainy, muggy, miserable. And you go out and get wet and come back in, the air conditioner gonna give you pneumonia.
That's true.
So we just stayed in
and watched the rain.
Watched the rain. We've got plenty of windows to watch it from. We don't have to go outside to see it.
No, but it was nice sitting under the awning and watching it.
Yeah, it was. When the wind blow, we got a little sprinkle.
Little mist.
Yeah.
That wasn't too bad.
No. So other than that, hey, we got some friends been sleeping out in our yard.
Deer.
Yep, deer. We started feeding them some corn and a bucket of water with my trail cam set up out there. And well, I got over 200 pictures of 3 different deer and a squirrel.
And we didn't see the fox in your pictures because the fox was in a different place.
Yeah, the fox is
But I did see the fox.
Yeah, you did. You just got to sit there and just kind of looked around like it didn't bother him for us to be around him.
But you be very, very quiet.
I think I almost spooked it off, though, when I came out and started walking toward it. I didn't know it was there yet.
Well, he didn't seem to mind too much, though.
No. And so when I started talking, he just went right back to moseying around.
Yeah.
Small one. It's probably one of the babies from not too far back.
Might be.
So anyway, between all these animals hanging around now, the deer has moved in. Now they're sleeping, I would say, 100 to 125 feet from us.
Yeah.
The fox, the possum, we've got 3 or 4 possum, and
2 gray fox and a red fox.
Yeah. And the raccoons, we've got 4 of them now.
If not more.
Yeah, that's all we see is 4 the most at a time. And they're all within 50 feet from us.
Mm-hmm. And the coons will walk right up to you if you got food in your hand.
Oh, yeah.
We feed them. We feed them cookies and dog food.
Oh, they like them vanilla wafers.
Oh, they do.
And the strawberry wafers.
Mm-hmm.
And
they're spoiled. They're They're still
Fig
wild.
Newton bars, was it?
The fig Newtons.
Oh, yeah.
They're still wild, but
They still spook a little bit.
Yeah.
But they will walk right up to you, and if you're not paying any attention to them, they'll tap you on the leg.
Or on the foot.
Uh-huh.
It's funny. It kind of startles you when you're not expecting it.
Yeah, it does. Especially when you're sitting there at the table outside and in our screenless lanai.
Yeah.
Anybody know what a lanai is?
A porch.
A porch, screened-in porch.
I'm sorry, us folks from Texas called that a screened-in back porch.
That's what we called it back in Illinois
It
and
is
Ohio,
not a
too.
lanai. Here they've got these fancy words, and it is a lanai.
Lanai, yeah. So,
Call me a Texas hillbilly, I guess.
I've decided that we are Floridian hillbillies now.
Oh, we're Floridian hillbillies.
Yeah. We was a snowbird last year in February.
Oh, and I'm so miss that.
And then I don't know. I don't miss that cold weather they've been having up in Ohio.
I miss the snow.
You don't have to drive too far in Florida to find it, but a couple 100 miles.
Yeah, like we could afford to drive a couple 100 miles every time it snows.
Yeah, well, if we had some snow skis, we could go up there and... Well, no, because there's no mountains in Florida. We'd have to go up into Georgia or Tennessee.
Wow.
Oh, well. Hey, we get what we got.
Yep.
So, other than that, I think we talked about all the geocaches we did last week.
Yeah,
hey,
we did.
You got an email on Bill's Dream.
Yeah. It's still in Georgia. See, you got me. No, it is still in Virginia. But he did place it in a cache. This guy, Don77, took it to several places to visit, and then he finally dropped it in a cache called 2005 Pride. So it's still there in Virginia.
It's halfway, though, to
Nova Scotia. It'll get there eventually.
It's went over 1,000 miles, and it's got a little over 1,000 miles to go.
Yeah, Bark Feather took it from the one here in Naples, and he took it all the way to Virginia, and then Don77 picked it up from there, and like I said, he went a few miles with the visiting caches, and now it's dropped in the 2005 Pride.
We'll be back after this commercial.
Geocachers, check it out. FTF Geocacher Magazine, the magazine for geocachers written by geocachers. FTF offers practical advice, hints and tips, cacher bios, and milestones, geocaching events, trail tales, and all things geo-related. Check it out at www.ftfgeocacher.com.
This part of Geocaching Talk Show is sponsored by Cache Advance. For a full line of geocaching needs, visit their website today. They are an official Groundspeak distributor, and they have everything you need for geocaching supplies. That's www.cache-advance.com.
Looking for a geocaching adventures? Go to geofleas.com, spelled F-L-E-A-Z. Along for the ride. Travel fleas are now GeoFleas. Order your GeoFleas today and go along for the ride. With over 6 million geocachers around the world, it can be hard to leave your mark. Personalize your geocaching experience with GeoFleas today.
To find out more about geocaching, go to geocaching.com. At the top left of the page, go to Learn and click on Geocaching 101. And from there, you will find all the questions and answers for what geocaching is all about. Then you can sign up as a free member or as a premium member and get started as a new geocacher and enjoy the worldwide treasure hunting game wherever you are. That's www.geocaching.com.
Okay, we're back. And don't forget, let me run Lookout Lisa on here this week.
Please don't forget Lookout Lisa again.
I got her saved here. All I got to do is put her on there.
Okay.
And Lookout Lisa is like on the ad says, it's a place to buy all your geocaching needs.
There you go.
And supplies. and give them a look up on the internet. And it's cash-advance.com. And she has every day she has a little question about geocaching, and she calls it question of the day. And then every week she sends us one to play on the radio. So I think we're just going to go ahead and do that now and see what she has to say this week.
We recently asked, are you planning to attend or host a Pi Day event on 3/14/15? Well, after tallying all the answers, we found the overwhelming majority, 87%, are attending or hosting a Pi Day event, some more than one. So here's what we heard. Callahan Matt shared on Twitter, absolutely, would never miss a chance for a souvenir. Lewis on Google Plus shared, since I can't make any events during the daytime, I took the easy way out and I'm hosting an event at 9:26 p.m. I want my pizza pie souvenir. Well, that sounds like a fun one to attend. Well, April on Facebook shared, heck yes, I know it's a math celebration, but almost always there is pie. How can you say no to that? And speaking of pie, we sold out of two of our 2 GeoCoin Pi Day versions that we made, which were pumpkin and radioactive, and that was in just a few hours last week. We are still taking pre-orders at our website for another minting. Unfortunately, due to the Chinese New Year holiday, we won't be getting them in before Pi Day, but it's still a really cool coin to get. Well, hey, as always, we really enjoyed hearing about Pi Day events, and you can too if you follow us, Cash Advance, on Facebook, Twitter, and Google Plus for the geocaching question of the day. Thanks all and happy caching.
All right. Pi Day. It took me a while to figure that one out when I first heard about it. I had no idea what it was, and I got there doing some research on it. But we're not going to attend any because the closest one that I could find was like, 200, almost 200 miles from here.
Ouch.
And it wasn't too long after they put up the event that the people that was going to sponsor it said that they were sorry that they couldn't hold that because they had something else planned that week that they'd planned ahead of time and didn't realize it. So, but if anybody wanted to do that in their place, they could, take over the event. So I don't know how that's going to turn out yet. I'll have to check that out too. But it was just too far for us to go, and I can't eat that much pie anyway.
It'd be a good shot to try.
Anyway, yeah. Well, pi is what? Pi r square? No,
pi r round.
Yeah. So it's just an event because they celebrate Pi Day every year, like for the last 20 years or whatever.
And I have never ever heard of that before now.
I haven't either. Not until we looked it up.
Wow.
So
amazing how many things can go by for years and we don't know about them.
Yeah, sure do. Well, it's just like geocaching. When you go out geocaching, what do you see? You see things that you didn't even know was in your backyard. There's places that right down the road that you drive by every day, but you've never got out of your car to go look at it. Mm-hmm. And people find these places like that, and it's more of like you're taking your camera with you.
You see things you may not ever see again or never really paid attention to before.
Right. Might just be something you want to see once, but you want to share it with a lot of other people. Mm-hmm. So that's why we call it
photo caching.
Photo caching.
My famous word.
It is. We ought to put a patent on that.
I tell you what, I come up with it. Photo caching, it's my word.
That's it. It's your word.
Nobody else can take my word.
That's right. So anyway, that's it's fun to get out there and see things that you've never seen before and realize that you never hear anybody talk about it either.
No.
That's like that one I've got on the GPS now that was going to do this weekend, but can't. But it's on up the road a ways, probably about 30-minute drive.
That's not too bad.
And it's like a little lake there with a boardwalk going across it.
Yeah, that
bridge.
would be nice.
Yeah, and it says, it's an interesting place to visit. So we put that on there as number one. We're going to stop at first. So it's interesting. Like I said, you get out and see different things.
Yeah, things you never thought you'd really ever go look at, and then you realize, hey, there's a cache out there. Well, we might as well go check it out now.
Right. And no matter where we're caching, we always get some pictures
of something.
Right. One time we went caching for it was a micro, it was a lamp pole cache, LPC. But there was a groundhog sticking his head up out of the ground.
Yeah, I got a picture of the groundhog that day.
And then remember that one cache we went to at the cemetery? It was a micro in a tree.
Now, see, I like the cemetery, too, the one at Rossville.
That's what I'm talking about.
Because the Rossville Cemetery, we came upon stones that said, born a slave, died free. And they also had, like, the first, what they call, I don't know how to say it without sounding, I don't mean to sound bad or anything, but on the stones it actually said the first colored in, it was in the military, the first colored people.
Yeah.
And that's how they put it on the stone that was in this war. And it was really interesting to look up the history of these people that were here. You know, and you can find a lot of things anywhere you go. There's history somewhere.
Oh, yeah. And I didn't even realize that they were any of them in the military until I was visited.
Yeah, it's really neat to find new things out like that.
I had any idea. And you found a groundhog hole there too?
Yeah, there was a groundhog hole there too.
Yep, and there's houses all around there that's empty.
They say they're empty because they think the people that got that piece of land were slaves before, and when the I hate getting into this because I hate saying people were owned.
Well, back then they were.
Back then they were, and it's unfortunate. But when the guy that owned these slaves died, he sent them off to get their own piece of land where they could be free. So that was their own little piece of land that they had, and people said that those houses are haunted by the people who own that land, and they're afraid to live in them.
Yeah, they was forced out by fright, I guess.
Yeah.
They was scared. They don't know that much about the spiritual, where they was good spirits or bad spirits. I don't know. I never read anything up on that.
Right.
But yeah, they was just scared to live there because being that close to the cemetery.
Yeah.
Afraid that the colored people would take revenge on them or something.
Right.
Maybe. Yeah.
I think that's what it was, is they was afraid of
but
that.
there's some nice houses back in there.
Yeah.
And they're still good houses if you got the willpower, I guess you call it, to live that close to a cemetery.
Yeah. Any cemetery for that matter.
Yeah, right. So, but we're not afraid to go into cemeteries going geocaching. We do it in the daytime.
Yeah, I'm telling you, I will not go into a cemetery at night. You can forget that. I'm very no, that's when they come out.
That reminds me of that one snapshot I got on my trail cam of I was getting what did I have 369 photos, and it started at like 6:50 at night, and it was. Every time there was a movement, it took a picture of the deer. All the way up until 7:34 the next morning. So somewhere during the night, there was 3 pictures. And I seen the one in the middle, there was a light, like a spot in the photo.
It looked like it was about 3 to 4 feet above the ground.
Yeah, and it looked like it was about the size of a gallon jug.
Maybe. Really bright light.
Yeah, and I got to zooming in on it because first I thought maybe the neighbor had their light on or a car light or something, but there was only one light,
and it was right in front of a pole.
It was in front of there was a fence with a fence post. Behind the fence post was 2 trees, and this light, you could tell it was in front of the post and the fence and everything.
Yeah, there was nobody back there. It was just a post and fence.
That's right. So, we think we got something what do they call that? Supernatural or phenomenal or
Yeah, something like that. I don't know what you.
Yeah, so we're gonna find out a little bit more about that photo. We're gonna find somebody to
Let's see how many people think we're crazy talking about spirits.
There
now.
you go. Send us a message. Tell us, do you believe that this is possible or not?
It was pretty awesome, actually.
Yeah, it was. So, hey, send us an email, radiotalkshow2013@gmail.com, or go to speakpipe.com/Hikerjamz. Tell us if we're crazy or if you believe that there's a possibility that could have been a spirit out there wandering around.
I believe in spirits by some of the stuff that's happened to me when my grandmother passed away.
You know, we're not really off of geocaching too much because a lot of people go night caching.
I won't do that.
Now, the night caching, you know, you probably won't never see anything like that unless you got your camera with you, because it takes the lower, it's a lower, whatever that word was. I was reading that a while ago, but with the naked eye, you can't see those lights, but the camera can pick it up.
Okay, see, here's the thing about night caching with me. Around here, I won't go night caching because of the bears and the panthers and the coyotes and all that. In a cemetery, I'm not going to go caching at night because I don't want a spirit grabbing a hold of me. So I will stick to daytime.
Something got hold of my pant leg. Yeah.
Honey,
And we'll break that rose thorn off of there and keep going.
I'm going to stick to the daytime caching.
Yeah.
Everybody else can do their nighttime. I'll stick to the daytime.
Yeah, it'd be my luck. I'd run into some briars, and it would tug on my pant leg, and I'd be,
You'd be gone before I even looked up.
Yeah, I guess I would.
Leave me standing out there alone. Going, what happened here?
Yeah, it's something different. You know, different people think different ways about that. But I can't say it doesn't happen or it doesn't exist. And I won't sit there and tell you I've seen it. But
I have seen and heard some very odd things, and I believe it.
Right. It's enough to where you can't deny it.
Yeah.
And so anyway, getting a little more back into geocaching.
See, we need to go geocaching a little bit more so we'll have something else to talk about that stays on track.
It's not easy to stay on track when you don't have a track to stay on.
That's true.
But anyway, we appreciate all the people that listen to our show. And I know each week there's people that listen to us every week, whether it be on a Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday, or whatever day. And I noticed that when the ratings stop on a certain week, a couple weeks later there'd be another number on it.
Yeah.
2 weeks later there'd be another number on it. So there's people that's going back and listening to our later episodes. And I have talked to a few people that said, well, no, I haven't listened to last week's show. I'm still trying to catch up on because they started from show 1.
Right.
I don't know if they'll ever get caught up or not unless they listen to 2 a week.
You'd have to just about do that.
Yeah. So, episode 35, that's 35 weeks that we've been on Spreaker. I don't remember, I didn't see the number on when we both were starting out together, but we have quite a few episodes with both of us together.
I think that was 18.
18, yeah.
And you haven't kicked me off yet?
Nobody's told me to.
Oh, nobody's told you to.
And I'm not going to ask for another poll. I can't do this show by myself. I've done tried it.
Oh, you could.
Yeah, it'd take me all week.
Okay. Little at a time.
Yep, little at a time. So, let's see. We got some, maybe some more information here. Let's see. Geopal. I've never mentioned Geopal on my show before. He's a geocaching vlogger, and he's from the UK.
Oh.
Yeah, I think he works with He was. I don't know if he still is, but he was with obeep.com.
Okay.
And they was filling the spot in with him doing his vlogging.
Okay.
Yeah. So let's remember him, check it out and look him up and see where he's at. And that is Geo Paul at Geo Paul Vlogger on Twitter. You can reach him there. Go see where he's advertising his videos. I know I get videos from him from YouTube because I subscribe to it. And also we got this thing here on YouTube broadcast. But it's probably not as much to do with geocaching, but it's kids. Kids on YouTube are awesome, and so you can search that and find different things on there. And geocaching with kids. Now that has really been hitting the spot here lately on my email, and it's called what was that called?
I don't know, but it wasn't called that.
No, it wasn't called that. But I'll find it and let everybody know what it is. I'll probably find it before we're off the air.
Might.
We still got 32, 42. Wow. Well, how much time left?
Oh, we're doing pretty good then.
Yeah, we are. Let's see. All mail, radio, email. Okay, here we go. Let's check this out and see what that brings me up at. Wow, somebody help me out. Tell me what they call that, because I don't have it no more. I don't see it no more. So anyway, it's like geocaching with kids, and tells how outdoors with kids, how to take care of them out there and have them get into the exciting adventures and things. So I'll look that up and get back with you for next week if I had somebody to write that down for me.
Oh, am I secretary now?
Secretary now. Yeah.
Oh, Crazy the secretary. Okay.
There you go. There we go. I got paper, I got pens on. I need somebody to know how to write.
I think I can do that.
Okay.
I learned how in school.
I did too, but it's been so long, I think they've changed a few things.
And you want me to put down something about geocaching with kids?
Sure.
All right, I can do that.
Yeah.
Geo with kids.
Yeah.
I'll make it short.
What's that be the name of it?
Oh, yeah, it might.
But anyway, we'll get back with you on that one because it's interesting what other people do with the kids out there in the outside world. Get them away from their remote control. They still have remote control with the GPS or their iPhone.
True.
It's just they're trying to win something different.
And it gets them out exercising away from the video games.
Right.
Because kids still need to exercise now and then.
Yeah.
And it's fun.
And they all like it. It seems like every time they take the kids out to teach them about geocaching, they get into it.
And they do.
Yeah.
It's a big treasure hunt. What's not fun about that to a kid?
Just make sure that if you take somebody out, a newbie, out geocaching, make sure that the geocaches that you're going to are there. You don't want a kid to go out there for an hour and not find it.
Oh, no, definitely not. That might discourage them for the rest of the time.
Well, it almost did me when I first started, and I'm, in my late 30s, up in there.
No, we missed
later than 30s.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I think I was 57, 58.
Yeah.
When I did my first geocache. And I thought I had it. My second one, first and second was a DNF, and then when I went back, I found out that the first one was there because you found it.
Oops.
Yeah.
Well.
But you went with me after I started learning how. I remember that one geocache I found. I thought it was a stick. It was in a place where they said it would be. My GPS took me up to it, and I seen a stick in this hole in the tree. I thought, wow, I found it. This got to be it. They had been chopped. The end of it was whittled down, and I had no idea what a geocache was because I hadn't found one yet.
Mm-hmm.
So after I found a couple more and I realized that can't be it, I went back and I looked again, and I pulled that stick out and I looked farther down in that hole in that tree, and I found a 35 millimeter film canister.
So it was there.
It was
Just
there.
wasn't what you thought it was.
That's right. Well, I felt stupid when I first started. Yeah.
Oh, how many people can look right at one and not realize because there's so many different kinds?
Well, I didn't know anybody that geocached,
Yeah.
so it was like I'm on my own.
Well, when you're looking at ones that look like dog poo and funguses that grow on trees and things like that, you'd
Bird
never
houses.
believe. Yeah, you'd never believe was a cache.
Bird houses out in a bird sanctuary somewhere.
Mhm.
You know, that's the wow. What was that one I
Water
made?
sprinklers. I mean, you never know what you're going to find.
Yeah. Well, speaking of water sprinklers, I found a bag full of them the other day when we was geocaching.
Mhm.
I called that a CITO. I picked up every one of them sprinklers and brought them home.
Sure did.
Them make good geocaches. But I stuck one out in the yard just to show it, you know, and people. This is my next geocache. I ain't done with it, but I stuck it in the ground, let you see what it looked like. There's one cat here.
Stu.
Stu-Bert.
Yeah,
Stubby. Stooby-Dooby-Doo. And this cat, you know, I mean, it excited the heck out of him. He just all of a sudden pounced on that thing and tore it out of the ground and flipped it up in the air and then walked away like nothing happened.
Yeah, and then you put it back in the ground and came back later and it was out again.
It was out of the ground again. I don't know what it is, but if you got one of them put out there, try to get it down in the ground where a cat can't claw it out of there, because he took that out of there with no problem.
Had it flipped up in the air. It was funny.
Oh yeah. So if you have one and somebody said there were scratch marks all over it, it was probably a cat.
Mm-hmm.
So after that, we just decided, you know, that YouTube was the best place to learn more about geocaches and what they look like.
Yeah, I'm still amazed at some of the ones that are out.
Wow.
I mean, there's probably a few hundred that we haven't seen.
Right. Oh yeah, I've seen caches out there.
The gum.
The gum.
Yeah.
Though they probably got that on a YouTube video somewhere too.
See, and I never would have imagined gum being a cache.
Yeah. Acorn. I seen an acorn there on the
and the pine cones. Yeah.
And the acorn's not very big, but
No.
the cap or whatever they call it on there.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about.
It just comes off, and the log sheets inside that acorn, and that's small.
Oh yeah, that'd be fun to try to sign.
So if you go up to YouTube and search geocaching, and just read or just watch all the videos you can on different types of caches, and you'll learn real quick what other caches look like and what kind of area that people put them in. And be sure you pay attention to, like I say, if one person's got 10 caches hid out there, he pretty much has his own pattern as to where he's going to hide them and how.
Yeah.
Don't now that one did throw us off because he hid one of them totally different in his ways of hiding, but it was fun though. After about the second one you find, you realize, hey, the next one I know where it's going to be.
Yep.
When you get there, you look and say it's got to be there. But the best way to do it, when your GPS gets you within 20 feet of ground zero, put your GPS up and say, where would I put it if it was mine?
Right. Just start looking for it instead of paying attention to that
Yeah.
GPS.
How many of you found while I was looking at my GPS, reading numbers on it, how far I was away from the ground zero?
Mm-hmm.
And you say, I found it.
Yep. Well, it'd be good, like you said, 15, 20 feet away from it, just put it away and start looking.
Yep. It's, now, the ones that we found last weekend, I think I found most of them.
You did.
But we haven't got us a grabber yet, because when we reached in between them rocks and holes and stuff, and the container was camouflaged with snakeskin, that was spooky.
Now, see, you found more of them than I did, because you was looking in places that I knew I wasn't going to stick my hand.
Well, that one, I stuck a stick in there first.
Yeah.
Because I seen that skin.
I heard you go, looks like there's a snake in there. Wait a minute, that's snake skin. I'm like, hey, no, you go ahead if you want to, I'm not.
I tried to dig it out with a stick, and I couldn't get it to slide out. So I went ahead and stuck my hand in there. I tapped on it, and it was a Tupperware bowl.
Yeah, you're lucky it
Lock
wasn't
and
just a sleeping snake.
I don't think it would have made that type of sound, though, if I was smacking a snake. It wouldn't sound like Tupperware.
No, it wouldn't have. If it did, that would have been very frightening.
Thank goodness for Tupperware. Now, the people that takes their dogs with them, like K&B, he's probably almost got that dog trained to sniff them out.
He probably does.
I've seen videos on that where the guys would take their dogs, their geo dogs, with them, and when they get there, they would let them sniff some plastic or whatever. I don't know how they did it.
I don't either, because they usually go by the scent of a person.
Right. And they send them out there, and the dog ends up finding it.
Maybe they find just a scent that's different, and they're like, wait a minute, maybe it's over here.
Yeah, or footprints.
Dogs are smart.
Footprints from other geocachers that stay longer than we'd think they would.
Dogs are very smart.
If you see a dog out there going around circles, you know that last geocacher had a DNF.
Yeah, yeah. See it go around a tree about 30 times and over around that stump.
There you go.
Well, that one couldn't find it. We'll go on to the next.
Yep. Well, we've only got like 3 minutes left.
Wow, that was quick.
Yeah, it was. So we enjoyed being here on the show today, and we hope everybody enjoyed the show too. And we'll be back next week with episode
36.
36. Yeah. And maybe some better caching stories.
We'll be back.
Yeah. Thanks for the warning. So anyway, we're going to go ahead and shut her down for this week. And until next time, same time, same place, whenever time and place you listen to it, that's when we'll be on. And until then, we say,
Cache you later.